Cloudcast Media. Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
I'm Drew Schlosberg with Cloudcast Media, and we are so pleased to have a return appearance from this very, very cool artistic director, and he's the San Diego civic organist, Raul Prieto. Ramirez is with us again. How you doing, Raul?
Doing well, thank you.
Very, very good. You brought a colleague of yours with you, Michael Gerdes. He's the director of Orchestras at SDSU, and he's going to be conducting a gig on August the 19th, if I'm not mistaken. How you doing there, Michael?
Doing great.
How long you been at SDSU?
Oh, boy, 10 years now.
10 years now. Always been interested in music as a kid?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. My parents were both amateur musicians.
Really, amateur musicians?
Yeah,
right?
so I grew up in sort of falling asleep in rehearsals. They'd have brass quintet set up, and I'd be sleeping on the floor beneath the chairs, or playing at a pit orchestra, and I'd be in the corner of the pit with a couple of toys.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, congratulations on being a father. You're in your fourth week, something like that?
It was 3 weeks on Wednesday. Today's Friday.
On Wednesday.
It kind of always feels like about 4 a.m. right now, but yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
there's 4 a.m. somewhere.
Right.
Okay,
my daughter Cecilia was born. Thank you very much.
Does she got those musical genes? What do you think?
I don't know. We'll have to see. She's got long fingers, so I'm told she's maybe a pianist. We'll see. Maybe a cellist, maybe an organist, Raul.
Right. Raul, how many kids do you have?
Only one.
How old?
She's 14 months now. So.
Oh, my goodness. All right. So you guys got a lot of stories to share and tell and all that business, and she's doing well?
Oh, she's doing wonderful.
Beautiful. Talk a little bit about the Spreckels Organ Society, its mission.
Yeah, it's a non-profit organization, 501c3, and the mission is to promote, program, and preserve the Spreckels Organ Pavilion in Balboa Park, which is the largest open-air musical instrument in the entire world. And we program concerts there every single Sunday, and all concerts are always free, because the idea of the Spreckels Organ Pavilion is to be a community venue to bring people together around the power of music. And we cover all sorts of styles. Twilight, invite community groups. We have the summer festival on Monday nights where we invite artists from all over the world. And then I'm there myself every single Sunday at 2 p.m. performing a 1-hour concert, and people are always welcome.
No, that's terrific. And with the Twilight series, okay, that's only in the summer, or is that throughout the year?
Yes, both the Twilight in the Park concert series, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursday, 6:30 p.m., and the Summer Organ Festival, which is every Monday at 7:30 p.m. Both of those start around late June, early July, and they go through the end of August.
Right.
Let's say the final concert is September 2nd. It's Labor Day when we have the big rock concert. But we have a special concert coming right next Monday, which is a very unique opportunity.
Yes, talk about that.
Yeah, it was time for something special. So I could accommodate into the program a concert where the Spreckels organ becomes the soloist. So many people cherish and love that place. I thought we need to have an orchestra on a stage, and a great conductor, Michael is here with me, and present the instrument playing as a soloist. So we're going to have 4 concertos. One is Baroque by famous George Frederick Handel, the composer of the Messiah. Right. A beautiful F major concerto for organ orchestra. Then a classical one by Haydn, another great name. Then a romantic late 19th century organ concerto by Horatio Parker, which is an American composer. We needed to have an American composer. And then a new commission piece, a piece that has never performed, has written for the venue, and it's a world premiere, which is written by somebody somewhere.
But you don't know what?
Yeah, it's actually by me, but I hate to say that.
Please do say that. Okay, and so that last one, then you're going to be conducting all 4 of these. Is that correct?
I am, in fact, yes.
And so, I'm sure you've had rehearsals, have you not, Michael?
Well, we haven't had rehearsals yet with the orchestra, but we've been preparing the scores to prepare for rehearsals. Our first rehearsal will actually be today in about 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yes.
Very, very good. Very, very exciting. And how many pieces will be in the orchestra?
I think we have like 5 first violins, 5 second violins.
Yeah, it's like 32 people with the timpani, harp, strings, brass. All of the concertos, they don't use woodwinds because the organ, because of the sound of the organ, some composer decides not to use woodwinds, only brass. And we're going to have the full setup, the shell and wonderful sound company taking care of the sound. So it's a great opportunity to listen to Spreckels organ playing with an orchestra as a soloist. And it's going to be really full power there.
Yeah. Now, is it going to be recorded at all? It's going to be on Monday, the 19th. It may have already happened by the time this thing is out to the public. Is there a way that is it going to be recorded? People can get it online? Is it going to be streamed?
Union rules.
The old union rules. Okay, right.
But we'll try to negotiate and at least record for in-house. But it's something to be negotiated.
Yeah, no, I think that's terrific. We're talking to Raul Prieto Ramirez. He is the artistic director for the Spreckels Organ Society, also the San Diego Civic organist, and joined by Michael Gerdes, conductor. He is the August 19 Organ and Orchestra Concertos. He's also the director of orchestras at SDSU. Let me get back to SDSU. So how many orchestras do you direct at SDSU?
Well, we have 3 at San Diego State University. So we have a full symphony orchestra, which is it's larger than the one that we'll be playing on Monday.
Right.
And this is the type of orchestra that plays romantic works, 20th century works. This is what people imagine when they they see a concert at the Rady Shell or something. I think of John Williams' film scores, an orchestra of that size. We have a chamber orchestra, and that chamber orchestra is actually about the size of what people have a chance to hear on Monday. So we play high classical music, Mozart, Haydn. This size of orchestra that's small enough to fit in churches of the 18th century, the 19th century, really beautiful sounding repertoire. And then we have our opera orchestra, and that exists solely to accompany opera.
Right, and does the opera orchestra, do they play down at the Civic Theater? Do they do a lot of those gigs, or pretty much just on San Diego State, or they're all over?
We actually, I'm glad you asked, we have a newly renovated main stage theater at San Diego State University's campus,
nice.
Our performing arts district, and so it has a pit, and so we inaugurated that last year with Humperdinck's Hansel and Gretel, and so it's a lovely space for the opera productions.
Congratulations. So, getting back to SDSU, is that the students, are they embracing this? Obviously, you got a new opera deal over there. How are the students reacting to all those 3 of those orchestras?
Oh, well, they love it. I mean, everyone is so different, so the sort of the reactions are just as different as the students. Some of them, they just live to play the bigger stuff,
right?
And some of them want to play in quartets, and so it's a different sound. The orchestra itself, it's just such a special sound. You think of all the colors that like a synthesizer makes, or that someone can create with electronics, and the orchestra is sort of the only instrument, as it were, that can do that, except for the organ, which is kind of part of why these concertos feel so special. It's almost like there's 2 orchestras on the stage when we all play, because the orchestra, like the organ, there are just so many colors available.
Yeah, Raul, I know I've asked this to you before. This is this organ is very special, to say the least.
It's unique.
1915, right? Is that when it would?
1925.
25. Okay, thank you. When did you start playing the organ? It was back in Europe, correct? No?
It's a strange story because I don't really have a music family at all, and my Baileys didn't even really have a music school. So I discovered on the radio the organ. I was very impressed by the sound and the power, and then I started investigating into it through, you go to encyclopedia, look for the word organ, and you read everything. So I had a big dossier. I was 11 by then. I have to wait until I was 16 to actually move to a larger city where there was a music school where I could start learning it. So it was a very late start, but I was so focused, and I really didn't nothing prevented me from going anywhere to find the right teacher. So I spent 5 years sleeping on a mattress on the floor in the roof of a church in Stuttgart without heating, because I wanted to be there and I wanted to study with those people. So I think that was the reason how I could develop so quickly. I like to portray that message like, if you want something, don't think you need to be 8 or 10 to start, or otherwise you are dumb. That's not true.
Right. No, I imagine that's true with not just music. With you pick any topic you want to do, sports, computer science, whatever the case may be. What brought you to San Diego?
Well, I'm a stage person. So for years, I loved teaching and I was teaching, but this is the only position in the world where you are on a stage regularly on a weekly basis. Right. Actually, you create a relationship with the audience. I used to work with several managers in Europe and in the US. I'm playing all over, but that's a different animal. You go to one place, you prepare, you play, it's great, and then you leave and you don't see those people maybe in 2-3 years.
Right.
Here, there is an audience there every week. People come and go, and you create really a relationship. And that's something that you can only do as a municipal organist.
Right.
And this is actually the largest position right now in the world. So when it became available, my wife found that on Facebook and she said, like, you need to apply for this. So I left my university position, full-time, benefits, retirement, everything, to come here and pursue a career here. So this is my home now.
And how many years have you been doing this?
This is my seventh
year. Yeah. I think that's fantastic in this area. Talk a little bit about the San Diego International Summer Organ Festival.
Yeah, that's something that we're in the 36th year now. So it has a long tradition. And it became because the civic organist was playing every week. But then in summer, there was the opportunity to bring, people were asking for more. And then the back then civic organist, Bob Clinton, he decided it was a great idea to have these Monday night concerts and invite other people. So that would give the opportunity to the audience in San Diego to see the work of other artists. So right now we have 12 concerts in summer every Monday at 7:30 p.m. And we bring people from all over the world and only the best. And sometimes I normally play 2 or 3 concerts. So the first one was with Jeff Thayer, the concertmaster of San Diego Symphony, violin and organ. That was very unique. And then this Monday with this orchestra and organ, this is going to be very unique. I don't know when are we going to be able to do it again. So take the opportunity. And then we have the rock band, and the only rock band in the world playing with a pipe organ, I guess. And we're going to do a tribute to Pink Floyd and the Doors with psychedelic projections on the facade. So we're going to have a double projector projecting psychedelic on the building. So it's going to be, we like to do really unique things that can only be enjoyed in San Diego.
Well, the reason why I'm smiling, and you can't see that through the internet, of course, unless Brandon Joe, our producer, is taking pictures of me, and he's told never to take a picture of me. We want to scare the audience away. So I've been fortunate enough to go to about 40-plus concerts at Humphreys. Concerts, I have a boat that's docked right there. So we just saw back-to-back renditions of Pink Floyd by Australian Pink Floyd. And if you've ever seen, they're an unbelievable cover band. They've been doing this for years. And everything you just described, they do. It's phenomenal. So what day is the Pink Floyd?
September 2nd. It's, again, it's September 2nd. It's
whatever
Monday.
Yeah. I'm going to encourage the audience to make it over to the Spreckels Organ Pavilion, because if they're doing this with the light show.
It's September 2nd, 7:30 p.m. We're going to start with the Doors because it's going to be still a little bit bright.
Yeah.
But then by 8 p.m., we will start with Shine on You Crazy Diamond. And then we will play the last part of the Dark Side of the Moon. And for those, we're going to have all those psychedelic projections on the pavilion.
Yes, exactly. I'm sure you're going to play a lot of the songs that we heard last week. That's going to be great. We're going to be back with Raul Prieto Ramirez, Artistic Director of the Spreckels Organ Society and San Diego Civic Organist, joined by his colleague, Michael Gerdes. He will be conducting the August 19 Organ and Orchestra Concertos right in Balboa Park. He's also the director of Orchestras at SDSU. We'll ask Michael what type of concerts are coming up at SDSU, what do you have for the fall and the spring and all that business, how they get in touch with you. When we come back from this break, I'm Drew Schlosberg. You've been listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show. We are the nation's longest running community podcast, now in our 18th year, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union for 6 decades. Been doing great things for people living in San Diego County. We will be right back.
When you do your banking with Mission Fed, you get great rates on auto and home loans. That's good for you, but something good also happens for a lot of other people. We're not for profit, so we put money back into the community to help lots of great nonprofits to keep San Diego strong. So you're not just getting something good, you're doing something good. Come to Mission Fed. It's banking that's good for all.
Brand amplification is the DNA of Cloudcast Media, and our code is the powerful blending of sound, voice, and storytelling to lift local brands and their communities. Whether it is our Brandcast, Schoolcast, or Causecast platforms, the unifying ethos is all about this community, the one you call home. If you dare to dream and want to explore the brand amplification of Cloudcast, a national leader in local podcasting and other Winfluence strategies, please visit us at cloudcast.us.
I'm Drew Schlosberg with Cloudcast Media. You're listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show. We are the nation's longest running community podcast in our 18th year, brought to you by the very, very cool people at Mission Fed Credit Union for 6 decades, just doing great things in San Diego County, whether it's supporting food insecurity, literacy, you name it. They've been doing this. We're broadcasting in the Mission Fed studio here in Scripps Ranch. Honored to have back in a return appearance Raul Prieto. Ramirez, the artistic director of the Spreckels Organ Society and the San Diego Civic Organist, talking to us about all the cool things going on in his world, joined by Michael Gerdes, who will be conducting the August 19 organ and orchestra concertos in Balboa Park at the Spreckels Organ Pavilion. He's the director of orchestras at SDSU. So do you have a lineup? Is your lineup already out for 2024-25, Michael, of all the things you're doing in those 3 orchestras at SDSU?
Well, yeah, in the last 10 years, we've really tried to sort of establish the sort of pattern and a season for the way that we perform. And one of the things that we really try to do at San Diego State is to get the larger ensembles, the big symphony orchestra, our largest concert band, it's not the largest in terms of number, but our top concert band, the Wind Symphony. We try to travel out into the community quite a bit. And so that involves scheduling a bit earlier than in many places. But yeah, so we know when things are coming up and what people have the chance to see. We start the season September 28th. That's a Saturday in Imperial Beach, where we do Symphony by the Sea. This will be our 10th annual Symphony by the Sea. It should be the 11th, but we'd had to skip a year because of the pandemic. But it's really exciting. We do
pandemic. What's that?
Right. We do a sort of concert in 2 halves. It's more of a pops concert than our traditional symphonic concert. So we did operatic music last year, movie scores and things like that. And of course, we always end with the Wind Symphony performing patriotic works. So it's a really beautiful day in the park. You can watch the sunset while the music is playing over the ocean and the pier. And we do that with the Port of San Diego and the city of Imperial Beach. We have our President's Concert, which is at the Balboa Theater. And that's on November 16th of this year, and that's always a chance for our students to really play in a beautiful space. It's just a wonderful acoustic, and get downtown and sort of reach out to our alumni base and have people hear us. And all of our concerts are listed. We have over 250 events every year from the School of Music and Dance, and all of those are listed on our website, music.sdsu.edu. Right. If people want to pick up tickets, all of those concerts, Symphony by the Sea, the President's Concert, these are all concerts that are free that we do as sort of outreach to the community. And we invite school groups to come in and hear the orchestras and hear the bands. It's really fantastic.
Right. How many of the concerts will actually take place at SDSU?
I gotta think. Well, our chamber orchestra will play about 2 concerts there, and then 1 in our sister campus in the Imperial Valley. So that's about 4 over the course of the year at San Diego State University. Of course, the opera is at San Diego State University, and the symphony orchestra will play on the main stage 2 times over the course of this school year. So I'd say we have about between all of the orchestras, we have just a little under a dozen or so concerts that'll take place on campus, and then about a half dozen that'll take place place off campus.
No, it's great. I'm going to ask you, Michael, the same question that I always ask Raul, and I'll ask Raul this again probably for the umpteenth time. You mentioned you work with the schools, correct? And you work with all the schools around the county, or primarily San Diego Unified, or how does that work?
Oh, well, I've worked with honor orchestras in all the school districts in San Diego County.
Yeah, 43 of them. Right?
Yeah, and so I guess really actually quite a few honor orchestras and school groups that I work with across the state. We take our orchestras at San Diego State on tour every other year across the state of California. It's one of our great advantages at San Diego State is that in-state tuition covers, a state that is as large as most of the entire West Coast.
Right.
So we have students that we can pull from so many incredible places. So we get out there a lot. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Raul, talk about how you guys work with the schools.
We always used to have an educational program. Right now, what we did is I developed the programs into the Sundays. So we have something called Discovery Day for families, where we focus on string quartet or trumpet, and then families are welcome to come with their kids. They can touch the instruments. We had in the spring a concert with 7 school bands from the San Diego County, and there was a petting zoo where people can try the instrument, and the concert was like 3 hours on something.
Nice.
Yeah, so we kind of opened the stage to the schools and what they need. What I'm starting to develop again this fall is going to be programs specifically for classrooms. So the class can come to the pavilion and have a tour of the instrument and work with listen the instrument on the stage, and something specifically for the classes. So that's what I'm working right now. And we always need volunteers. So
I knew you were going to say that. And so, I think last time we had some folks on here that hopefully said they were going to help volunteer for some of the concerts you have. And, we'll shout that out. So where people go on your website to volunteer? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they can reach out to spreckelsorgan.org.
Yeah.
And there is a contact email there. They can email and say, hey, I would like to know more. We have a chair of operations who is more than happy to welcome people. We can welcome them on Sundays or during the concerts. There are some concerts, for example, or Halloween Saturday night concert. That's a lot of people like to volunteer on that. We decorate the pavilion and make a parade. People can go into the pavilion and see zombies and things like that. And then we have the Christmas concert where we decorate the stage as well. Those are really popular for volunteers to come and give it a try. So I would recommend people try those concerts, see if they meet the great team we have. And there are always need for sound people, lighting people, stage management people. So it's really get involved with the music making and how things really happen behind the scenes. People love that. So I would invite everybody just to shoot an email and come and see.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And Raul, I'm a huge fan of anything that ties into visual and performing arts. I worked for San Diego Unified about a zillion years ago, and was a curriculum developer, and I still have a curriculum business. And you can teach every single subject area under the sun through what you folks do: math, science, language arts, history, you name it. Building sets, so you got physics and quantum physics and all that, and actually have fun doing that and that aspect of it. And I think what I like, we've had a lot of VAPA groups on the show here. We can't have enough. I know we can talk enough about it. And I know there has been a bunch of money infused in the VAPA programs recently through the state, which is wonderful, after all the years of let's cut the area that we should never cut, and that's visual performing arts. That's if you're going to cut anything, and then my math friends hate when I say this, cut some other areas. But, what you guys do, besides the fact this world needs it, with empathy and collaboration and diversity and actually getting along, it's terrific. Michael, talk about that, about just how important working in the world you are in, SDSU, and of course being a conductor, of just watching people just embrace diversity and wanting to work together and understand, other cultures and other people.
It's it's funny that you ask about it, because I guess for me, it's that sometimes I feel a little bit guilty because it kind of started in a pretty selfish place. I just can't really. I can't really imagine a world without music. I don't think it'd be a lot of fun. without those pieces that make you feel joy or cry, or the beautiful and the sublime, as it were. And so you start as a player or a singer. You start as a child, and I just kind of fell in love with this repertoire. And then, of course, the best seat in the house is the conductor's podium. You get to change whatever it is that you want. But for as many stories as there are about egotistical conductors, the thing that's so incredible about working with an orchestra, working with students especially, is that we can't do any of this unless we figure out a way to work together.
Right.
There's simply no way to make this music, to coordinate all these parts, unless you speak to the 70 different personalities, the 70 different emotional states, the 70 different people that are in different places of their development, that come from different places, that all have a different story, and they all have to come together with this sort of shared vision to create a piece of music, to create a performance. And of course, that's just another rehearsal if there's no audience there to hear it, if there's not somebody to give that performance to. And so it is essentially collaborative. There's just simply no way to do it alone. And it's not, the thing I find about orchestral music is it's all of this music, all this art music is written to be experienced and to be experienced live. It's not written to live forever in a recording. So, you talk about the Pink Floyd concert. I love Pink Floyd. I'm excited to hear Shine On You Crazy Diamond on the organ. But I think of those recordings, and you can go back to those recordings all the time. You can put them on in your room with your headphones and just then go to that place. But you can buy an orchestral performance, or you could probably find a recording of some of these works we're going to do on Monday. But it's not the same. They are written to be experienced together.
Right. So this is what both of you folks could be my guest. Australian Pink Floyd comes every year to Humphreys, and it is quite a performance. And they play all the songs that you're going to be playing. So next year you will be my guest on the boat to watch Australian Pink Floyd, if you so desire. Next year, how's that sound? You can bring your young daughters on that too.
Oh, yes, I would love that. And anybody who would like to invite me on a boat in the San Diego Harbor, I'll take them up anytime.
It's really enjoyable. Raul, what else can we do? What to support your effort? Obviously, volunteers are important. Donations, you're never going to turn down, are you?
Mm-hmm. No, exactly. But we are very. I take donations very seriously. So I don't like to just open and say, "Hey, we need money." We need money for projects. So I like to tell people, we need it for this or for that. One of the things we need right now is the Summer Organ Festival budget. We had a volunteer, Ron DeFis, who was absolutely wonderful, raising funds for it. He unfortunately passed away a couple of years ago, and that has...
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, now it's getting a little bit harder to keep the Summer Organ Festival properly funded. So that's one of the goals we have for this year. And also the educational program. We are going to need props. We're going to need to develop tools for the students, as you said, to experience the physics of sound in a visual way and hands-on way. That's going to need support as well. So anybody willing to support the Spreckels Organ Society, the music in Balboa Park, and that unique instrument, and open that for kids and for schools, contact the society, and I will be more than welcome to explain everything, all our plans, and how you can help.
And their website is?
Spreckelsorgan.org.
Very good. Michael, shout out your website again.
Oh, it was music.sdsu.edu.
Well, listen, wishing you guys nothing but phenomenal success on the 19th, and of course all the other cool things that you both are doing to bring great music and great fun and laughter and humanity and empathy and everything in between that to San Diego. And would love to have you folks come back on somewhere down the road, make a return appearance. Maybe you can bring some of your students with you.
Sounds like fun.
To do that as well, and some of the volunteers you have. How's that sound, Raul?
Absolutely.
Very good. Well, wishing you guys nothing but great luck. I'm Drew Schlosberg, and you've been listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, chatting with our friends from the Spreckels Organ Society, Raul Prieto, Ramirez, the artistic director, and San Diego civic organist, joined by Michael Gerdes, conductor for the August 19 concert at the Spreckels Organ Pavilion. He is the director of Orchestras at SDSU. We hope you enjoyed the show.
You've been listening to an episode of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego community. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
Cloudcast Media.